Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to my monthly recommendations video. This group was created by Trina and Kayla Rain, and I will leave their channels as well as the Goodreads group down below so you can go check it out. Now this month the theme is contemporary books, and I have quite a huge stack of books to show you. Some are really popular already, so I'm not gonna go too deeply into them because you already know them pretty well, I'm sure. But anyways, I hope there are some surprises in there that you do not know about. But yeah, let's get to the books. Besides, my battery is about to die, so I better do this fast. Anyways, first I wanted to start this video off with some young adult contemporary. They're actually mostly romance, which is... I guess that's what I kept because a lot of the young adult contemporary I actually gave away, and you can watch my unhaul video if you want to see some of those. They're a bit more serious maybe, but yeah, I just kept the cute ones for some reasons. But yeah, anyways, first one is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, which you all know, I guess. This is about Anna, who goes to this school in France, and there she meets Etienne, and they sort of fall in love with each other, and it's really cute. It's been a while since I read it, so I'm not sure if I still feel the same way about it, and maybe I should read it just to see whether or not that has changed. But I really liked it, and when I read it I really enjoyed it. It was just sort of, it gives you all the fuzzy feelings and all that, and I really liked it. And with summer coming up, I think it's a perfect read for Dan if you haven't read it yet. Then I have a book that actually has one of my favorite fictional couples in it, and I will link, I actually filmed a video about those, and I will link it above so you can go check it out. And this is Endless Summer, which is actually, it's a bind-up of two books that sort of tell the story of this same couple. We get to see Laurie and Adam. They have been neighbors for ages, and Laurie is sort of a tomboy, and she's sort of liking Adam's brother Sean, and she's determined to sort of get his attention, and Adam volunteers to help her with that. So they pretend to be girlfriend and boyfriend because, I don't know, they think that that will sort of spark Sean's interest, but what it does spark is their mutual love, I guess. And this is sort of a comedic type of book. It's more lighthearted and funny. It takes place during the summer, which is perfect, and I really enjoyed it when I read it. And again, this is a book that I haven't read in a while, so yeah, I really loved Adam and Laurie back then. I'm not sure how I would feel about them now, so yeah, maybe I'll read it one day, but right now I just want to, just have them in my memory as they were. Then we have a book that I read last year, and it's My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. So this is about a girl that lives next door to this huge, vivacious family. They have, I don't know how many kids, 8, 9 maybe, I don't know, and she's really intrigued by them because her own family is pretty small. She lives with her mother and sister, and her mother is sort of snobbish. She really looks down on this family, and sort of Sam, I think her name is Sam, yeah. Sam never was allowed to hang out with them, and this summer she does, and she really falls in love with the whole family as well as one of the boys in the family, and I really liked it. I just really love this huge family feel to it, and I really enjoyed it. Of course there are a few complications along the way, but when there are, they're always there, so anyways, yeah. Then I have one of my favorite books, and that is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. This is the first book that I read by her because it's, well, the first book that came out by her, I think. And it's still my favorite of all of her books. I just love Amy and Roger, and especially I love their detour, well, yeah, road trip. I just love the descriptions of, their drive and the countryside and all that. When I read this book, I just wanted to sit, get into the car and, well, get on the plane and then in the car and just enjoy America as they did. I really loved it, and well, as I said, it's still my favorite Morgan Matson book. What it's about, yeah, Amy, she lost her father recently, and her family is now moving across the country, and she has to drive the car across the country, and because her father died in an accident, she doesn't want to drive it, and so this family friend, Roger, sort of volunteers to do that, and they go on this trip together, and as the title says, they go on a detour, or a few of those actually, so yeah, really loved it. And then I have a series of books that I just recently read, and that is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han series, which tells the story of Lara Jean, who is this teenage girl. She's part of this Korean family. She has two sisters, one older and one younger, and their mother has passed away years before. So they are really this great family. Her sister is moving away to go to university, and Lara Jean is sort of now in charge of her younger sister, who is a bit of a brat, and I love her, as you know if you watched any of my recent videos. And Lara Jean has a habit of writing letters to her crushes, and she then stores them in this head box, and things happen and those letters get sent out to the boys that she has written them to, and they sort of come back into her life. And it's a really cute contemporary series, and I did like it a lot, and I do recommend it for the summer. There you go. So now, switching off from young adults, I decided to put a few mysteries in here, or thrillers even. So the first is really popular, and it's Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I read this book a while back. I really liked it. The couple is really dysfunctional and they do crazy things to each other. I watched the movie, didn't care for it that much. You can also pick some of her other books up. I really liked Sharp Objects, Dark Places not so much. But yeah, they're all pretty dark, I guess. So on the lighter side of mysteries, you have Robert Galbraith's Cormoran Strike trilogy, series of books. He's a private agent and he sort of has to, solve murders, and it's more character-based and they're slow-paced, but I really like Cormoran and Robin, who is his assistant, and in each book they solve a different murder, and I love them. I cannot wait for the fourth one, because the third one sort of ended on a cliffhanger, if that is possible, but it did, and I want to know what happened. And yeah, JK, please write it fast. And then we have books falling. Then we have naturally Dan Brown. I picked up his Robert Langdon book, one of them anyways. So this is The Last Symbol, which is my favorite of his Robert Langdon books. It's about Templars. Well, actually it's not about Templars so much as Freemasons in Washington, and I loved it. I've been to Washington, and it's really a joy to read a book that takes place in the city that you have visited, and where things are taking place. I really like that. And Freemasonry it's sort of a subject that's really interesting and intriguing, so I really liked it. And in sort of the same vein, the book that I chose for last in this segment is The Rule of Four by Ian Caldwell and Dustin Thompson. This was popular way back, I don't know how many years, maybe it's 10 even, I'm not sure. And it came out sort of at the same time or a little after The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. And it takes place in Princeton, and it deals with this text called Hypnotomachia Polyphy or something like that. It's this text that nobody knows how to translate. It's really mysterious and I really liked it, and I don't know, if you haven't read it, maybe you choose this one for the holidays or whatever. So those were the mysteries, and now back to some young adults, more diverse reads. Now naturally, I'm gonna mention Simon vs. a Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertelli, which is such a cute read about Simon, who he's gay and he's not afraid to come out, but he just is sort of taking his time with that, and he's emailing back and forth with this other boy that he's really into, and he doesn't know who the boy is because they're sort of anonymous, but one of his classmates comes across these emails and sort of blackmails Simon. Yeah, and despite that, it's a really cute book. It deals with a pretty serious subject, but in a funny, lighthearted way, and I love Simon and the rest of the cast. And naturally, when the next book by Becky Albertelli came out this year, The Upside of Unrequited, I got it and I liked it. It was not quite as enjoyable as Simon vs. a Homo Sapiens Agenda, but still, it's very diverse. It deals with a girl that has a lot of issues. She has crushes, but she has never dated. She's overweight, and she has to deal with this. And then her sister is gay, and her mothers are also naturally gay. And it deals with a lot of interesting and important topics, and it's definitely worth picking up. Another book that I have to mention in this segment is Golden Boy by Abigail Tartland. Now this is not as lighthearted, and it tells the story of, what's his name, Max. He's intersex, so he has both sexual organs, and that thing it's never been dealt with. So now he's 16, I think, and things happen, and for the first time in his life, Max, who actually sees himself as a boy, has to deal with this situation, because it has been sort of put off, and now it's actually he that has to decide things. And it's a really important book. I think it's a really important book and an interesting read. It's there's not a lot of books on this topic out, at least I haven't come across them. I'm sure there are a lot more actually, but you have to go and look for them and you will find them, I'm sure. But I really enjoyed it. I read it last year, I think, and I really liked it. I also have I think I have a review video of it. I will link it up above if I find it. So the last book that I want to mention in this segment is actually a book that I read ages ago, really ages ago, way before I even knew about BookTube, so ages ago, really. And it's called Almost Perfect by Brian Kircher, and I honestly never saw anybody talk about it. And it's about this transgendered girl called Sage, and she comes to live with, well, actually, I don't know why she moves, because I have forgotten a lot about it. But anyway, she comes to this smaller town, and she sort of becomes friends with this boy, and there's a connection between them, and then the boy realizes that Sage is actually transgendered, and he's not really comfortable with that, and there's a bit of a conflict that erupts because of that. And I don't know the details anymore because I forgot about it, but I think if you're interested in the subject, it's definitely worth reading. And if you have read it, let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. But yeah, it's a really interesting book and I do recommend it. So to finish off this video on a lighter note, I want to recommend some romance books to you. And the first one is On the Island by Tracy Jarvis Graves. This tells the story of a teacher and her pupil. She's supposed to tutor him during the summer, and they are traveling on a plane to this island, and they crash and end up alone on this island for the next couple of years. Things happen, they fall in love, and they get involved. Nothing happens before he's 18, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's life on the island is one thing, but reality is another, and you have to read this book to see whether or not they work it out. I really enjoyed this book. It surprised me. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, but that's why it's here, and I do recommend it. And the last book that I want to mention is The Defiant Hero by Susan Brockman. This is book 1 in her Troubleshooter series, which is quite a long series. I think there's like 19 books in it altogether, I'm not sure. And it tells the story of SEALs and their love lives. So each book deals with another couple, and you can sort of read them as standalones, although some aspects of the previous books do follow in the next one. So there's that. And I love this series. I talk about it in my romance recommendations video, probably the contemporary one. And my top favorite couple ever is in these books. And again, I talk about them in my favorite couples video that I already linked, and you can go check that out. Anyways, I love these books. They're action-packed, there's romance, there's everything you can possibly want, and I just adore them. So yeah, pick them up. Anyways, those are all the books that I wanted to mention in this video. Some, as I said, are really well known and popular, so you probably already read them or not. But anyways, I hope you did find something new for yourself, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next one. Bye!